Welcome to YesJapan.com Ask a Teacher. This is Ask a Teacher number 93, where instead of me coming up with topics like we do in the Yes Japan Daily, I will respond to you and you will set the topics for what we talk about. Today is a Monday, which means we have to do what we call a Fun Day Monday or a Tanoshii Getsuyobi, where we have fun and we don't really get serious. And today we had so many questions, I decided to do two Ask Teachers. We're going to split. The first one's going to only be Fun Day Monday questions. You're not going to learn anything. You might as well leave right now. Just like a guy left in the middle of me preparing for Ask a Teacher. He's like, screw this, I'm not learning anything. And he left. You know what? You know what this is? This is like the making of a movie. These aren't the official releases. You're watching them set up shots and put up lights and going, where's the plot to this movie? There is no plot. There is no learning happening when I'm ranting at a 13-year-old girl for not giving me the proper question. That is absolutely not me teaching you Japanese. That is me ranting at a 13-year-old Japanese girl who couldn't give me a question, no matter how many times I asked. Mimi-chan. Mimi-chan, you know who you are. When someone asks you to repeat a question, repeat it. Thank you. That's all I have to say about that. All right, it is a Monday, so I'm allowed to have a little bit of rants. A little bit of ranting. All right, here we go. First question is, this is like the best question ever. Like, it's good. It's actually a good question. It's just perfect for Fun Day Monday, for Tanoshii Getsuyobi. It is, Unko-kun says, when you flash the peace sign for photos in Japan, should it be palm face towards or away from the camera? This is a good question. All right. So they all have different meanings. This one is, I am traditional. I follow the rules. This is the traditional peace sign. This means I'm a rebel Japanese girl. That's right. I'm cool. And I'm not going to put the peace sign the right way. I'm going to screw it up. Then there's this. I am ultra cute. Then there's this. There's all sorts of cool things you can do. I've even seen this or this, like more peace to you. Like, whatever. They're just making it up. Whatever they can do to be different, right? You know what I like to do? And this is a Fun Day Monday, so I can do it. Peace, here's your half. That's right. That's your half of peace. Or the American peace sign. That's what the American peace sign is. All right. Zolam asks, what's the worst Japanese dish you have ever had? Worst Japanese dish I've ever had? I think, like, there's a lot of bad Japanese dishes because I'm not a fish person. But I think the worst ones, like, in my memory are the ones where I thought it was something else and I was enjoying it. And then I found that it wasn't what I thought it was. Like, for example, very early on in my marriage, my wife had made it. It's only a Japanese dish because my wife made it and she's Japanese. But she had made this pasta dish. And it was so good. It was like the best pasta. And I was like, oishii kore. And then I was like, these black potatoes are interesting, is what I said. Kono kuroi jagaimo omoshiroi ne. And she's like, jagaimo janai desu. It's not jagaimo. Nan desu ka? Nasu desu. It's eggplant. Eggplant? Oh, I don't like eggplant. And I had literally eaten like 3/4 of it. And then I couldn't eat anymore. The fact that I found out it was eggplant and not potato, I had to give it back. I couldn't eat it anymore. That's it. Like, mentally, it was wrong for me. Another time, I was eating what I thought to be the best miso shiru ever that my wife had made. It was really good miso shiru. The stock of the soup was just good. I was really enjoying it. And I come up to like one of the last bites, and I see, what are they called? Niboshi or something? In the dashi. Niboshi, this little dried fish head that she had forgotten to take out. Apparently there's always been fish heads in the dashi, in the miso soup, but I didn't know that because normally she removes them for me because she knows I don't like fish. But she missed one, and I did not eat her miso for an entire year. An entire year. So anytime I'm tricked, or anytime I No, that's it. Anytime I'm tricked, I'm pretty sure that's when I don't like. Tricked or like, okay, one more time. So I'm eating curry, right? And I told this story before, but I'm eating curry. It was the best. It was really good curry. I was like, this curry is so good. I'm loving it, right? And again, it's always at the end that I realize these things. And then I noticed there's shrimp in the curry. Yeah, I can't. I had to go home. Like, it was disgusting. I don't like seafood, if you can tell. Or vegetables. All right. Mr. Krisk asks, George, if you were to referee a fight between George of the past and George of the future, who both make frequent appearances on this show, who do you think would be the dirtiest fighter, and who do you think would win? This is very tricky, because if I'm the referee of George of the past and George of the future, how does that work out as the referee? And doesn't George of the future have an advantage, for he is from the future? It's tricky. Who would be the dirtiest fighter? I mean, the obvious answer is George of the future, because he knows what's going to happen. However, how do you answer that question? Honestly, I think if I could get all of us in the room together, I'd be like, let's build something awesome that we all three could build together. Like, I wouldn't want to fight. You know what I mean? I'd want to put my resources together. Or play some fun tricks on my kids. That would be fun. You know, daddy dead in the street. No, I'm over here. You know, stupid fun things like that. It would be fun. All right. Huck 835129 says, I want a Japanese girlfriend, and I'm 14. So knowing that you moved to Japan when you were young, did you have a girlfriend? And if so, do you know any Japanese pickup lines? Here's the thing. Pickup lines don't really work when you're 14. They really don't. A girl... The fun thing about pickup lines is the girl kind of has to know it's a pickup line and fall for your dorkiness. Unless it looks very unrehearsed, a girl will not actually fall for a pickup line. She'll just be like, oh, that was sweet. He tried. That'll be what it was. And now for me, here was my first Japanese girlfriend, okay? I was searching religion at this time in my life, and I was going to a Baptist church, and I had Mormon friends and Jehovah's Witness friends, and I was like literally trying to figure out what religion was. And on one of my trips, I was in a Baptist church, and I met a Japanese girl there. Actually, you know what? She invited me. Her name was Saori. She invited me, and I went just because she invited me, and I went like every Sunday with her. And I remember my pickup line that I gave her in church was this. We had the Bible that didn't say survival Korean on it, but it was a Bible, and I wrote a note in the Bible, and I had it jutting out, and then I handed the Bible back to her, and she opened it up, and it said, Aishiteru. I believe that's what I wrote. Aishiteru. I love you. And then the note that came back said, I like someone else. In English, because she spoke English. That's not really a good memory for me. But then that evening, she called me. Because I remember we had a discussion after. She liked this guy that didn't even know that she liked him. So I'm like, what's up with that? Like, he doesn't even know that you like him. So I was like, well, let me know when you can like me. That's what I said. I was like, because I was desperate and I really liked her. I was like, let me know when you can like me, because I'll be waiting for you. And then she called me that night and said, okay, I'm ready. And then I dated her for a couple years, and I really liked her. And that's the end of my story. Her name was Saori. And that was my first Japanese girlfriend. All right. So I don't have any pickup lines for you, sorry. I do have this. Let me say this. Say nice things about them. That girls tend to like that, right? But say not the obvious. Don't be obvious. That's the worst thing you can do, because girls read through that. They're much smarter than men. Much smarter, so you have to be sort of smarter. It's like, for example, let's say they have nice hair and beautiful eyes, which means totally they're cute. You don't want to just say they're cute. You want to say, where did you buy that bow tie in your hair? I love it. It's so cute. Stuff like that. It's a roundabout way of saying you're cute. All right, Hawk has a follow-up question. He says, do you ever get lonely from talking to that little camera? One day you should do a live show. Have you ever thought about that? Well, these are live shows. I want to point that out. But do I ever feel lonely talking to the camera? I think initially I did, because we didn't do it with a live stream. But now I know that everyone's watching. I feel like there's a bunch of people watching, so I don't feel alone. But there's a weird thing. Like early on, I would practice dailies in my car. Like I did it once at least. I was like driving, and I was like, okay. I was driving home to do a daily, and I was like, what's the topic going to be? And then I'm in the car all by myself, and I did the daily. I was driving like, hello and welcome to another Yes Japan Daily, and I'm driving. This is George, and I'm going to talk about, and I started doing it, and I thought, I'm good. And I didn't feel lonely because it was like, I had the expectation of people watching it. So it's weird initially to get used to looking into the camera, but honestly, I don't even see the camera anymore. Like right now that I'm thinking about it, I actually see the camera, but literally I'm looking into someone's eyes mentally, and I'm talking to them, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm talking to you guys, and that's why. I think that's hard for people initially when they do these things. It's like to look right into the camera. But if you don't look into the camera, it's not sincere. I see people do shows like this where like the whole time they're like, yeah, so, well, my mom, like she did this and then I did that. And anyway, so you know what I mean. And they never look into the camera and it doesn't feel genuine, which is weird because it's not genuine. I'm not really looking at you, but yet I am. I am talking to you directly, Hawk. And I know who you are, Hawk. Good question. Oh, that was it. That's our Fun Day Monday questions. If you'd like to be involved, you can submit a video to yesjapan.com for my analysis. You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel or our iTunes channel and get shows delivered to your mobile device. I'll see you all on the very next Ask a Teacher Live, which is going to be in about 2 minutes when I actually do it here live. See you then. Bye-bye.